There are 4 teams still alive to complete the treble: Barcelona, Inter Milan, PSG, and Real Madrid. Inter Milan, they won it in 2010, Cupo. That was also the last time we saw a Serie A side win Champions League. What are you thinking about Inter?
I'm thinking they have a number of mounting injuries that are starting to become worrisome, especially as we see 2 of their prolific strikers depart from their respective national team camps. Lautaro's injury is a problem, for sure. It has been reported to be precautionary. Hamstrings are very tricky, though, and they need to be cared for properly. If you come back too soon, you create more of a problem going forward, and this is going to be the long haul for Inter at this intersection of this sort of three race horse that they're riding here, as well as Marcus Thuram coming back from France camp with a nagging ankle injury, which we knew he picked up over a month ago. However, he's sort of been in this recovery process. The fact that he's coming home also for precautionary measures is a little bit worrisome. That, along with Di Marco, who's currently sidelined, Zalewski, and then Denzel Dumfries, who's been really impactful for this Inter side. It's a lot of positions impacted.
Okay, it's a lot of injuries, but I think prior to the injuries, maybe they drew some criticism in the past about needing to have one more. What are the odds that they could do it, you think, with an aging side? I mean, when we talk aging, none of them are particularly aged. I think that they're all in form, quite frankly. They have remarkable depth. Inter should still be feared. I just think that you hope that they steer out of these injuries presently, that it's problematic. But Inzaghi has been criticized for a lack of heavy rotation despite having the depth. And I think that as we see these fixture schedules continue to be packed in, it becomes more and more problematic. This is shocking when you think about it. Real Madrid, they've won everything except the treble, Lahoud.
Yeah.
Except the treble.
It's
but we can't
incredible.
say that like it's a simple task.
It's incredible because it shows how difficult it is to compete on multiple fronts. And this season, their treble aspirations, there was a time when I was shocked that this was even in the conversation because it easily could have not been. You look at the teams they've recently played in the Champions League. They swept aside Manchester City, and that seemed to be the catalyst for them to say, okay, let's turn our seasons around, because when they played Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup, that bus was heading, like my other stock portfolio, way down, losing about 5,000 points
in this economy.
On the day. In this very, well, maybe 2 weeks ago. I know, man. I looked at it this morning, but I don't think they win the treble. Injuries have been an issue for them, and this is a side that they have a manager that doesn't like to make substitutions. You go to the match at the weekend against Villarreal, he pretty much played almost the exact same team that he played in that 120 minutes, plus penalties against Atleti. If they win the treble, I said it yesterday, the most important player that he has that he'll need to manage is David Alaba. David Alaba with the Austrian national team right now. If anything happens to him, Ferland Mendy injured right now, you're telling me you're going to win a treble with Fran Garcia? No disrespect to you, Fran, but that's not the quality that's needed to win a Champions League and maintain it. So it's going to be a big ask. I don't think they do it.
Is it harder for Real Madrid to win La Liga or the Champions League?
I think La Liga. Barcelona, the game in hand, which it's tricky for them. They play Osasuna, 2 or 3 days after the international break, which is shocking by La Liga for scheduling that. But that game in hand, you still have to play it. They have El Clasico. Their La Liga season will be decided in April. Athletic Club, Barcelona, and then on the back end of that, talk about the away problems, they have to go to the worst place to go in Spanish football right now, Getafe away, who beat Atleti very recently before the Champions League. So I don't think La Liga happens. Champions League is their best bet.
I think with this treble conversation, the prevailing quality is going to be who can suffer through it the most and right themselves faster will be whoever prevails.
And the other one looking to do that is Barcelona, who, Jalil, I think with all the drama, all the financial difficulties, this is a team that wants to prove we're still a European powerhouse.
Yeah, I think of the 2 previous clubs we just talked about, they have the best chance to win the treble. Because when you look at where they are in La Liga, they're tied with Real Madrid in terms of points, but they're in first place with the game in hand. They're going against Atleti in Copa del Rey. The aggregate is 4-4. They're playing away. But Atleti, when you talk about your portfolio, they trending this way, Barca trending that way. So that is very good for them. And then when it comes to the Champions League, they're scoring goals. They look very confident. I don't see any reason here where right now in this current state of the season, we're saying that Barcelona cannot win the treble. And it's also something historically that they've done before. So I like their prospect to be able to win the treble. It's going to be very exciting because at this point in the season, this is what you want. You want the best teams, or most of the best teams in Europe, competing for multitude of competitions here. We thought Liverpool was going to be for sure locked into this conversation to be able to win the treble, but that's how quickly things can really be derailed. Barcelona has a very good chance, though.
Yeah, my pushback to that is you're not going to win a treble with only one defensive midfielder. The injury to Marc Casado, that if they lose the aspects of winning the treble, that will be the main talking point. But this man right here, Jalil, and this is why I'm going to agree with you.
So I knew you were going to, as soon as you were going to talk Hansi Flick,
you're the biggest Hansi Flick fan for due cause. Bro, for due cause.
It's going to be hard for Barcelona.
Can we call it the Flick factor?
Let's talk about the manager.
I'm going to stay away from that one because I don't know who's listening. But no, Hansi Flick, he's been there, he's done that with Bayern Munich. And the mentality that he's instilled in this side, I mean, this team, they're mentality monsters. They go to Lisbon, player down, Pau Cubarsí gets an early red card, and they look the better side for the rest of the match. And they have right now arguably the best player in world football alongside the next team we're going to talk about, Ousmane Dembélé. So Hansi Flick will be the difference.
PSG, unlike Barcelona, unlike Real Madrid, they have the league all but locked up. So they can just focus on Champions League. That's the biggest difference for PSG.
I like this team. And I say this as someone who likes another team who's their rivals in Olympique Marseille. But when it comes to French football, they're the cream of the crop. And when it comes to teams in form right now and teams that no one wants to play, they are the team that no one wants to play. I would love to see any team, any manager, any president of a club that says, come on, we'll take them right now given the form that they're in. And Luis Enrique is why this team, they look the real deal. The audacity that he had to go to Anfield, the place that looked impregnable. Nottingham Forest, the only side to go and get a result there. Playing Liverpool, the quote-unquote best team in the world right now, which I still didn't believe at the time, but playing Liverpool off the park at their place. He has instilled this mentality on a young PSG side, and you couple that with the form that Dembele's in, the back line. I mean, they have the most solid team in world football right now.
And Luis Enrique has won the treble before. Did it with Barcelona.
Yeah, with PSG, they have that intimidation factor. Whenever you shake up the world, you knock off the quote-unquote top dog, everybody's looking at you like, oh, nah, I'm cool. I'm not trying to play this team. And that, on the flip side, though, gives you so much confidence, so much confidence. And when you look at the way that they were able to knock off Liverpool, they said, okay, cool, we're going to let you guys try to play, but we're going to be extremely resolute and we're going to pick our chances. If you look at just the momentum from the game, it was like, oh no, Liverpool would have absolutely smashed them. But I like the fact that they were able to be extremely tactically sound and then release Dembele and company forward where Liverpool had zero answer. So everybody else is looking at that like, oh damn, they can sit in their block and they can kill you. But if they're forward facing too, that's exactly what you don't want either.